Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Janet Greta Budgets and I am Janet, and welcome to my debt-free journey. On my channel you will find a lot of budgeting ideas. Today I'm going to be doing a budget with me, but also what I share on my channel is my YouTube stats with you. So I do have another YouTube channel here on YouTube and I also have it linked in the description, but I do share my analytics and my income streams from my YouTube channel, and I will be sharing that on a monthly basis. But today we are going to be budgeting my husband's paycheck. So our budget is a little bit different. I will go into that a little bit later on in the video, but today we are going to be doing my weekly budget, and it is going to be with my husband's paycheck. So if that's something you're interested in, then let's get started. All right, hello everybody. How is everybody doing this week? I hope everybody is having a fantastic week so far. So today, like I had mentioned, we are going to be budgeting my husband's paycheck this week, and we are going to be doing our bills and expenses and also our cash envelopes. So let's get right into the video. Hopefully you can see everything okay. I do my planner in pencil. By the way, as you can see, I did get my new planner. So I just briefly wanted to go over it before we get into the video, but this is my new planner that I found on Amazon. I will have it linked in the description. And you guys, it is so pretty. First of all, I like that it is kind of like a harder kind of cardboard, right? Where this is not gonna get wrecked or flimsy or anything like that. It is really well made for the front and the back. And I love the setup that they have in the side. So the only thing that I'm missing that definitely would have been beneficial is a calendar. So a calendar would have been definitely more beneficial for me, because that's how I set up my paydays, and kind of what is due is I look at the monthly spread for the month, and then I figure out paydays and what needs to be paid for those paydays. But other than that, everything is really well outlined. First we have our income, and then we have our bills, and I would put my expenses in here as well too. And then we have our cash envelopes. So this one here is cash envelopes, but it kind of, mine is a little bit different because my cash envelopes are quite a lot that I carry with me. But so I've just kind of continued on, and some of these are my sinking funds, because there is a category here for sinking funds as well. I just didn't have enough room for my cash envelopes, so I continued on, and then I went into my sinking funds, which is starting at Christmas. I might change things because there's a lot of things that I don't use until that day. Like it's a continuing sinking funds, like beauty. That's for my nails and my hair. Now, I don't always, go for my nails. My nails are only once a month. My haircut is only about once every 4 to 5 months. So I might put that in with my sinking funds envelopes. If you would have watched my previous envelope, I do carry 2 envelopes or 2 binders with me. I don't carry 2 binders. I carry 1 binder. The other binder I keep at home, my sinking funds only binder. And I might keep that like beauty with my one that I keep at home, and then just take out when I have my appointment. But for now, I'm loving this setup. Savings right now, we are doing, all of our money is going towards debt. We do have a savings account, which we have built up to over $1,000 that we keep in the bank. We don't do anything with that until it's like a dire emergency. But right now, everything that is in the savings category is going towards debt, and then just a final totals. And then over on the other side here, we have a cash stuffer tracker. So this is kind of like the denominations and what I need to figure out what I will need when I go to the bank. So that's what I use this for. It has sinking funds and then cash envelopes. I just do all of my cash envelopes and sinking funds all together, and then I figure out the denominations in order for me to go to the bank to get that cash. But today we are just working on our budget right now. So let's get into the video of our budget and how we are going to be allocating my husband's paycheck. So first of all, right here, you can see the income, which is $1,728. And I brought that down to the total. Now the bills coming out for this week. So this paycheck is actually March 8th to the 15th. So that is what we are working with right now. And the bills that I need to pay are allocated here with the due date. So I have a MasterCard, I have another credit card. Bi-monthly, we have a side-by-side, and we pay that twice a month, and it is $203.10. And then of course Netflix, which has gone up in price, is $22.04, and that comes out on the 15th. So these are all of my bills that are coming out between the 8th and the 15th, where this money needs to be allocated in order to pay. Okay, so that total comes to $835.14, and our remaining is $865.14. So I have already filled this out already, just because, you know, I'm still learning at this. So I need to do everything in pencil, and I need to kind of do it a little bit ahead of time just so that I can get all of my pay correct and everything worked out as far as my budget. All right, so if we move a little bit further down to the bottom of the page, this is what I am going to be doing for my cash envelopes and sinking funds. And so for this one here, Jimmy always gets $200 cash. That's my husband, $200 cash out of his paycheck, and that lasts him 2 weeks until his next paycheck. So always is 200, and I give that directly to him. I don't have a cash envelope for him because we do our pay together. Everything is together in one account. And for groceries, I'm allocating $100. And personal is 10, dining out is 10, gas is $50 this week because gas has been going up, and pets is getting 10, our household, which is our renovations, and we are doing a bathroom renovation right now ourselves, and I usually allocate about $300 every 2 weeks. So I am doing $150 for this pay, and then probably when my paycheck is next week, I will be doing another $150 if the budget allows it. We are definitely ahead in that envelope. I think we still have almost $150 in that envelope, and we just bought drywall, and we bought tile, some tile. So we will need some more tile, but you know what? I think we're going to be okay with this. The most expensive part is kind of like was the drywall and the tub itself. So I may lower this. We'll have to see. Time will tell. And then continuing up here with our cash envelopes, beauty is getting $10. Emergency and giving aren't getting anything this pay. Christmas is getting $10. Birthdays, $10. Car maintenance isn't getting anything. Vacation is getting $10. Income tax is $20, which I might have to pay all of this because I did drop my taxes off, including my business taxes. So that might be going down next pay. We'll have to see. I have an appointment coming up this week. Car registration is getting $20, and Apollo, which is our cable, is getting $30. So Apollo is a one-time payment. That's how we get our cable. It's kind of like a live stream with our internet that we get, and that's what we pay for our cable. So our bills, like I mentioned, are a little bit different in the sense of our bills. So that is what you'll normally see is different with my channel, is our bills are totally done 100% different. And the only bills that we pay for our paychecks is kind of our debt and our cash envelopes and sinking funds. So let me explain. So for our income, my husband's income and my income, we are only paying our bills and our cash envelopes and our sinking funds, because I shouldn't say it's actually my husband was in the Canadian military. So he did 20 years in the Canadian military, and after 20 years of service, you do get a military pension. That pension is paid at the end of the month, every single month. And he also receives, because during those 20 years in the military, Jimmy was injured, and he has had a back surgery, and he's actually going for another back surgery probably next year once he is closer to retirement. So he has had some ailments like physically, with his body from being in the military. And for that reason, you actually do a claim and you get, well, I think now it's a lump sum, but at that time when my husband did his, it is a monthly payment. So every month, at the end of the month, a day after the military pension, he gets a Veterans Affairs pension. Okay, so at the end of every month, we have one bank account. That's why I say we only have one bank account where everything comes in, everything goes in, that is it. We don't separate anything. So that is when we pay all of our other bills. And I will go over that once the end of the month comes. And you will see that and how I budget it, how our bills, we have our mortgage, we have our utilities, we have other payments that we need to pay. Like we got a new furnace, so we have that as a payment. We pay our house taxes, we pay, you know, our phone bill, like all of those other bills we pay and we set up for the first of every month because of those two pensions coming in at the end of the month, every single month. My husband is 55 years old. I am 45. He is 10 years older than me. And those two pensions he will receive for the rest of his life. So that is definitely a security. That is what plays a part of us being able to retire at the age of 56 and 46, which will be next year. Our focus is paying off our debt. That is definitely our number one focus. We try to limit the amounts that we put in here, you know, obviously saving for Christmas and birthdays and other things. That is why I decided to do a cash budget. But for the main part, our income right now is to pay off our debt. All of our bills, all of our mortgage, all of our other payments, utilities, phone bill, cell bill, all comes out at the end of the month when those two pensions are paid. Okay, so I kind of wanted to explain that in this video because I do get a lot of questions on where is my allocations for my mortgage or my phone bill or my taxes or anything else, why I don't include those in my budgets, and that is why. And I will definitely be sharing that with you at the end of the month. I can't really share that with you now because we don't receive it until the end of March. And then the end of March with those pensions is what is allocated for April 1st payments. And I will go over those payments and our amounts. Like I said, it's mostly all of our bills, our mortgage, and everything else like I had mentioned previously. But for our paychecks, once again, we are working to pay off our debt and our bills. Now, how it works at the end of the month, because we do get a larger sum of money at the end of the month and there is only allocated so much in order to pay our bills. We have a lot left over, and that's where I mostly will be paying a lot of our debt from. Like from these weekly budgets from our income, there's not a lot left over in order for us to pay our debt. But when the end of the month happens and we do get those pensions, that is when a lot of the extra money will come into play for us to pay down our debt. So I hope that clears things up a little bit and that it's explained well enough for you to understand. I will get more into detail on like the pensions and how we budget it at the end of March. But definitely for right now, this is what we do for our budget, and this is how we weekly budget our paychecks. So now that that is briefly explained, let's add everything up from our cash envelopes and our sinking funds. So that equals $640. So we are going to minus that from $865.14, and that leaves us with $225.14, and that is what we are going to put towards debt and that will be put on one of our credit cards as an extra payment. And that will be our total, and we will be having a remaining balance of 0. I work off of a zero-based balance. So there is our final totals, and everything should add up to our starting balance. So our cash envelopes and sinking funds together was $640. Our savings, which is our debt, is $215.14. And then the balance, if I add these up, should equal our beginning balance. And yes, it does, $17.28. All right, so then next what we are going to do together quickly is we are just going to allocate all of the funds. I'm just gonna quickly do that. There's really no rhyme or reason how I figure out what bills will go into what, but that is what I do next. So I'm just gonna do that quickly. I'm gonna speed it up for you. All right, and then we're just gonna add these up. 650s, 1320s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, and that should be, that's $80. 13 times 20, 260, and that should be 300. So let's just double check for our cash that we will need to withdraw, and it is $640. So that is perfect. That is definitely our amount that we came up here for our cash envelopes. So this is what I take to the bank. I usually write it on a little slip for the teller, and then I hand it to her and I withdraw it from our checking account. So that is it for today's budget with me. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment, say hello. Let me know if you have another budgeting channel yourself. I always love hearing from others and supporting other YouTubers. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.